Vanakkam. This is our second video of Vastu from Vazhviyal Oham. In our first video, we were talking about the high levels of Vastu, why the Vastu has to be considered, why Vastu needed, for all those very high level details. In this second video, we are going to talk about specific of each directions. Especially in this particular video, we are going to talk for the north facing homes. First of all, we need to understand that when we choose a home or when we choose a lot, or when we choose a direction, it is not something that we choose ourselves. The lot or the home or the house is choosing us to be there, depending on our karma, depending on our activities, depending on what we are blessed. So even though you try for certain things, sometimes or most of the times you may not get it. It was given to us, right? So we experience only what is given to us, not that what we have chosen. So when it comes to the north facing homes, people choosing that because they want to have a lot of prosperity, especially money. Yes, it is indeed. They get a lot of money, plenty of money. But also need to consider that those people, they work really hard, really hard. They may not have time to sit in the home. They may not be able to spend time with their family. They wouldn't have a time to speak to their kids or parents. But the money flow will be very good when it's facing north. Why? It is true though. The north facing homes, so when we go back to the ancient literatures, that north facing is controlled by the Guberan. The Guberan is who? The authority, not the owner. Keep in mind, Guberan is authority for the prosperity. Guberan is not the owner of the prosperity. So what is the difference between authority and the owner? When you own something, you have full rights to give or make a decision on that property or prosperity. When your authority means you are managing it. So the Guberan is an authority to manage the prosperity. When he is an authority to manage the prosperity means he has to make all the accounts properly. So when you get something or when you receive something, the world, the divine world is actually built in such a way that when you receive something, you need to pay off, right? So when you receive money or the prosperity from Guberan, he has a clear account that he has given to you. Then his responsibility is to collect it back again. Keep in mind. So we are getting a lot of money and then we have to pay back. The paying back is through your work, the hard work. Let us consider in a simple way of our Lord Venkateshwara. So we call it as in Tamil, it's called Venkadavan. Where he is there, he is in 7 hills. Where is Amma? Padmavati Amma? She sits down in the city area. He is standing there all through the day and collecting money. For what? To pay back. He has to pay back, right? For how long is being doing? I don't know honestly. Right? He's been doing that for quite a long period of time. And people are saying that still he has to pay a lot. For what? To get the nivas. Nivas means the land or the home. So he has to work hard. He's away from the family. So people who are going to get the north facing get a lot of money, but at the same time really work hard. If you go and observe people, majority of the people, they cannot spend time with their family. They cannot spend time with the money as well. They get money, the prosperity. And moreover, the money is different from prosperity. I'll talk about later. In this context, I'm talking about prosperity for people to understand it clearly. Prosperity is different than money. Prosperity, I can give you a very short message on the prosperity now so that people can understand. Prosperity is nothing but when you can have access to anything. Meaning that if you want to travel to some place, you don't have to have a car, you don't have to have a bus. All you need is somebody can give you a ride, right? When you need something, you should be able to access it. That is called as prosperity, right? Money is different. So we all know that what happens when the demonetization happens, right? We all had money in our banks, but we couldn't access. If you don't have access, there is no point in having anything, whether it's a million or billion, right? If you feel hungry, you should be able to eat it. That's a simple thing. It's not that you should have a lot of food. All you need is a stomach full of food. That's called a prosperity. We'll give a different video on the prosperity in some other days. Okay, so let's come back to the Vastu on the north facing. On very few words, the people get a lot of money. People, most of the time, people are away from the home. Their work is really hectic and they work really hard. So these are some of things, and of course we have to consider the other things depending on the location, the airflow, and so many other factors. So north will not simply give anything. If I would ask this question, people are paying so much premium, especially in the US, to get north lot, right? For what? To get more money, to become rich. If they would have become rich, they would have paid off. They wouldn't go for the loan to buy the home, right? By the time they book the north facing, they should have paid off the money, and they should, get the home by paying the cash. Is that the case? So think about it. Don't just blindly go for north facing. And depending on your karma, depending on your activities, depending on your business, depending on your job, depending on what you want, you choose the lot. So in some other video, we'll talk about east facing, northeast facing, south facing, southeast facing, west facing, and each directions, all 8 directions. Thank you for listening. நடப்பதெல்லாம் நன்மைக்கு. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.